Hey, welcome back. Today we're gonna test this i5-2500S. It's a 65 watts CPU, quite a powerful CPU with 4 cores and 4 threads. The base clock for this CPU is 2700, 2.7 gigahertz, and it's something closer to the 2400 that we tested previously. So in Cinebench, the numbers are quite similar. If you take a look, you can actually see on the test that they are quite similar when it comes to performance. Let's see how it's running, because I was very impressed with that 2400. Well, first off, we need to test Call of Duty and see how it's running. Actually, let's jump into Warzone and see how the CPU is holding the game, you know, the open world and everything inside there. I'm gonna use some basic settings like a preset, because it's very important to understand by a preset if the system is working. So the VRAM is good for the GPU, we have no problems with it, but yeah, shall be ideal to test some older GPUs with this system. I'm gonna use quality preset minimal and I'm gonna see how it's running. Holy it lags. I can't do nothing. Oh my god, 26 FPS. This is kind of horrible with this amount of FPS. Okay, so the cores are blowed out. In this type of situation, the only thing I can do is lower the resolution and try to figure it out how to increase some to put some FPS in this. It's very smooth, so that means it's from the CPU. So there is no question, this is the CPU. In Gulag, apparently got more FPS than outside. Okay, so we've seen that it's kind of horrible with 20 FPS. You know what? I'm gonna try to change this because apparently it doesn't work like that. I'm gonna go with some 720p. Let's do an attempt now with 720p. All right, how we doing? 26 FPS. Oh, for even not even on 720p I can do it. I wanna see how we're doing. 10 gig of system RAM nearly used, and apparently this is very important. On minimal, how many FPS I get? I mean, the CPU is not. I mean, the CPU is not capable of actually delivering more because of the base frequency. I'm guessing that's the problem. I'm guessing that's the only problem. Okay, let's jump into Fortnite. I think this is our salvation for the CPU, because in Warzone it was a total disaster. So we got performance mode on 1080p with lowest details. Auto download high resolution reminder. Just disable this one. You know, everything is off so we can get the best performance ever. So let's jump in. All right, in the air apparently it's got some interesting FPS, but I'm 100% sure when I reach the ground it will be totally different. So let's see how we are going to achieve some performance with Fortnite. Apparently we got high hopes for it, and this is going to be really fun, because in Warzone you don't want to go. Very interesting. I mean, it's not bad, you know, overall. It's just weird how the whole thing is comparing it to a Warzone. If this is what I need to play, I will play it. In this condition, with hundreds of FPS, 140 FPS on average, you know, not some very good minimals, you know, but okay, I understand the RTX 3060 Ti, it's helping, you know, look at it, 17-20%, barely any load on the video card, you know, the VRAM is not used, 20%, you know, It's nothing compared to using an old video card. You know, I understand that, you know, but the purpose of this was to see how the CPU is working. Good temperature on the CPU. Everything is good. The cores are maxed out, but still dropping just a little, so you can see that it's not fully loaded. Very, very, very awesome overall performance from the CPU regarding disregarding the fact that it's on maximum. You know, doesn't matter. Still runs perfectly. Let's try GTA 5. Let's see how we are in. Not even close at this stage, considering how the CPU is performing. I'm gonna put it on 1080p. With everything on low details, not even close, fam. No, no, no. I want to distress everything. This is everything that is seen on the CPU side. So I'm gonna put everything on normal with DirectX 10. I've seen that the CPU is not very capable. It's like a cut version of a normal 2500, you know, but I never thought that. I want to see how it's running, because this S at the end of the CPU, it's kind of killing the CPU. It's a slower version. I'm not joking. I think the 2500 slow version I have today. 2500S. More like 2500 slow. Okay, I got this 3060 Ti, and yeah, it's helping a lot. I'm not joking. Okay, so DirectX 10 for this CPU apparently is doing great for it. Hopefully, I don't care about the low details. I'm a low detail kind of guy, you know. You know, I like low details. Oh my God, the snow is gone. What the? Okay, so let's see how we're doing. Until we go to the casino, we have the opportunity to see on this road, because it's so populated, if the lag is real. And apparently, it's real. 33 FPS on average with 23 on minimal. Yeah, not exactly my cup of tea, you know. So I think it's swappable to 720p in order to get that 25 frame time lower, because it's got 25, 27. I mean, look at it and you're like, yeah, boy, if you're getting into a lobby where there is a lot of fighting and doing some missions and there's a lot of load on the details and models, then you'll be in trouble. I know it, of course. Oh, please give me the car. It looks so nice. Okay, give me the car. Okay, give me. He doesn't give me the car. I never win the no car. RP. Oh, RP. Oh. I appreciate it. Now, in order to make the game look just a little better, because you see, it's very pixelated, you know. So I can go in the settings, graphics, and enable this FXAA. Apply. Much better. See? The rounder. We still get the same FPS theoretically, you know, but when you do a benchmark, it's ideal to lower everything to have like a ground FPS, you know. This is the basic, you know. Luckily, I'm using a 3060 Ti that doesn't even do 10% load, but it's got 4 gig of VRAM. Then it's funny. So if you're interested on playing GTA 5 with this CPU, you need a 4 gig video card, and it doesn't have to be powerful. Look at it, 7%. So the cheapest one that I can think that can run with this computer would be a GTX 745 that has 4 gig of VRAM, or any video card that has 4 gig of VRAM. Look at the core speed, non-existent. It just needs the VRAM and a CPU like this. All right, let's try Cyberpunk, because this is gonna be a very interesting benchmark. Let's take a look on the details and see what do we have. It's custom. Something's wrong here. We have high details. Let's start with basic stuff like low details. Video 1080p, it will suffice. All right, let's see how we're doing. 36 FPS. Oh my God, it's playable with the CPU. Are you kidding me? I can play Cyberpunk like this. What a nice truck I have, seriously. Even though the core is super loaded, I got like 35 FPS on average. And it's good because there's a lot of settings that I can do now. Actually, only 2 things more, but whatever. I consider them a lot. Now see, comparing it to the other games, the GPU actually does something here. It's reaching 30% theoretically, you know, and it's passing 59% on the memory. So that is reaching 5 gig of memory soon. Ooh, that's good, because the GPU is actually giving a little hand with the details in this game. Oh, look at this. Brilliant, seriously. Let's go under the light because I actually like this truck and this is the first time I'm seeing it in my hands. Driving around, it gives me like 30 FPS, yes. But when you're leaving the driving and you're walking and doing some missions, then it's a little bit more, you know. You can see the details, even on low details. It's the details are fantastic, you know, the lights, everything. It shows you the details perfectly like this, yeah, when it's with the preset. Now, if we go into the graphics and we use DLSS Ultra Performance, you know, because we have an RTX video card with this CPU, so we're gonna see that we get nearly the same FPS, but still the details are still good. So using DLSS, it's quite fantastic. The wattage on the CPU is still the same, so it shows you that, yeah, it's nearly on the edge, because you can actually see the CPU clipping just a little. When it's super maxed out and it doesn't move, doesn't finish nothing, then it's bad for the game, you know. But in this case, seeing at 88, 92, that's exactly on the edge. So the DLSS in this case helps the CPU distress it. See? Okay, let's see. Do we have something else? DLSS. Let's take Fidelity FX resolution. Yes. Let's put this one on Ultra Performance and see how this one is doing. Still the same. The details is still here, so we didn't lose too much. But the Fidelity FX is only horrible when you're moving. When you're moving super fast, then you see the buggy thing. How it's working, and it's a bit disturbing. But if you get used to it, then it's okay.
Welcome back, Daniel.
Oh, thank you. All right, let's see. What do we get here? 60 FPS. Okay, 60 FPS is not bad. Let's see what do we have here. Settings. Ooh. Video 900p. Full screen. I will keep it Ultra Performance FSR. But we take this off, because we have DLSS here. Quality, Ultra Performance, sharpening. Save, yeah. 900p. Let's see. Actually, didn't know the details. So we got graphics and it's all very low. 900p is very important because you get a nice smooth frame time, you know. And to be fair, if you have a CPU like this, you have to consider low details. Oh yes, definitely playable. So good average. I'm waiting for that minimal to be 100% sure. It's uber low. It's because I'm afraid it's 13%, 13 FPS. All right, so the minimal is real and it's super low, 20%, 20 FPS on minimal. But I do appreciate how the game is working with this CPU. CPU load 70, 80, 90%. You can actually see him, it's fluctuating and it's trying to keep up. It's on the edge, it's lagging because of the CPU, you know. I can feel it, you know, but it's not stuttering. So I know there is a high chance to play the game like this, you know. Though I don't need an RTX 3060 with this game, but I need more VRAM, like 4 or 6 gig of VRAM would be ideal with this game with an RTX video card. Look at it, Ultra Performance DLSS. This CPU, it's kind of cheap, and with an RTX video card paired up, it will be fantastic, you know. Aside from the 16 FPS minimal that is pissing me off. Wish I had more, but whatever. Because the average 1%, look at it. 34. Actually, I have something like this on minimal. It would have been fantastic. Let's try Minecraft. I want to see how it's working. Okay, so it's on fast render distance 10 chunks. Simulation is at 12 chunks. Max frame rate unlimited. Theoretically should be on fast details. Yes. All right. Let's see how it's running. How many FPS we get? Hundreds of FPS. This is exactly the game that we need for. Oh. This is exactly the game we need for the CPU and this GPU. Why is it spiky? Ow, ow, ow. Keep 203 3 FPS. From 3 FPS to 300. This is insane. Why? Why are you doing that? Mo. Alright. So in some cases you can actually get some really nasty FPS, but I don't know why. Look at it. 70. 3, 7, 8, 9. Oh, look at it. 20 FPS. But the frame time is kind of weird. Is that from the hard drive or the CPU? Ah, it's the CPU. Look at it. You can actually see the cores maxed out. Maybe I should put it on the lower detail. What do you think? I think maybe I put 6 blocks, 8 chunks like this. And it will be much better. Let's see now if we get better FPS. I want better 1% and minimal. I don't want like 3 and 12 and stuff like that. No. You can actually see the CPU hovering around 30 watts, and the cores are creeping to being used at maximum. Sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. So the configuration, I think, is just the pre-render in front of your site. If it's lowered, then you'll have good FPS, because the game is very, very nice optimized for low-end systems. I'm on top of the mountain. How many FPS I have? 300. Do I die if I jump? If I jump in that water? Wow. Very satisfied with the performance here. It's just the only thing is problem with the Minecraft is the pre-render blocks, so you can see in front. But if you have like a base in front, I am 100%. You can adjust it in such a way so you can get a lot of FPS. I think this configuration is reaching a stage in which the CPU and the GPU are meant to be together. In this case, it's still an overkill to have a 3060 Ti. In a system like this, but it's getting there, it's getting there. And I think in a couple of more CPUs, if I try to find a couple of more good deals with this platform, I think we'll end up with a CPU that can actually deliver a lot of performance, because I'm very impressed about this i5 2nd gen, seriously. For 60 watts CPU, I think this is ideal, 65 watts. It's not something that you want to cross over, because in the future you want some CPUs that are more efficient, So yeah, I understand that you can actually get them from a laptop version or some small form factors, but CPUs like this can actually have a purpose in your life. I like how the CPU is working. Those 4 cores and 4 threads actually did a lot of work. I wish I had 8 threads instead of 4 threads, so 4 cores with 8 threads would have been ideal, and a couple of hundreds more of megahertz on the core. 2.7 gig, it's not enough. 3 gig maybe. Hopefully in the future I can find a better CPU or a variant that is without an S. Who knows? Nevertheless, I like how it worked. I'm just curious now, what do you think about the CPU?